Good afternoon, this is Cheryl at Sea Spirit Tarot. Excuse me, I need to fix my ball and I have on shorts, so I'm stuck to my ball. It's been a month since I've done a reading. This is part 2 of a 2-part reading that I'm doing. It is, what did I decide to call it? I wrote it down. Humanity's work right now, and where we're at, what we're doing. I didn't find what I wrote down. The first part is the raw alignment spread, where we are, and I did that with the Crowley deck. And this is the wounded healer spread. And right now we have, I'm not keeping up with that good because there's just too much going on. But Chiron is heavily aspected. Chiron, the wounded healer, who we learn who we are inside. And I'll start this reading with what makes me giggle. The reason angels can fly is because they take themselves lightly. The raw alignment spread, which was like from the gut. It had been so long, I didn't notice what a mess everything was behind me since I combed my hair. So here we are. Now we're into the wounded healer spread, and look, we're already partway healed. So, the first card is your life force, the pulse of humanity, the life force, the pulse. And it comes up the Chariot, a card of learning your identity. I feel like both these readings are going to be, I'm saying the same words because they just align so perfectly. You must birth yourself in sovereignty, balance all your parts. You can't have one horse going one way and one horse going the other way. You got to look at the deep, dark side of you in this Luciferian battle and bring it to light. Bring it to light. Be a light for the earth. So, our pulse right now is divided. It's split. It's irregular. It's not flowing clean. We're not getting enough oxygen into our blood. Taking a breath. Breathe. Speak your voice. Become who you are. I think there's one set of cards that actually has like a Buddha sitting in this area. The master of your charioteer. Cancer card. Trying to find your way home. You're trying to find your way home. And we need to learn that home is within inside of us. To go inside, not to be influenced with the outside and conform to those ways. I was doing this originally for my throat chakra, and now I'm back to the grubby throat and the mumbly words. I'm out of pace, but thank you, that lady that made that comment on my Easter reading. The injury, so 2, airways. The airways of humanity. It's a live, pulsing system. It's the Hermit. The Hermit. Isn't that interesting? The lungs, the airways are hidden. Are we hiding our airways? You're going to learn the knowledge of your airways. Again, going within inside or some solitude. A lot of us have had a lot of time to work on ourselves in this solitude. And a lot of things come up and a lot of triggers. A lot of them. So appreciate the time to who you are, to learn your true self, and breathe, and study, and research, exercise. Do something away from technology, especially if it's television, where they're just telling you the vision. At least if you go on the internet, you could explore 6 different opinions on the same subject. So, well, maybe not on Google, but on Go.go with some of those that are not so censored. Airways, the Hermit, hidden. Not using our airways is what I keep coming back to. Hiding. You hide to gain knowledge, but only to a point. I'm really stuck on that, aren't I? Come out, come out, come into the light. He is bringing his light for all to see. Injury identified, card number 3, the King of Cups. The King of Cups. You know, in the other reading, we had that, I don't remember, it was for our body, debauchery. But the King of Cups, not in his royal state, can be a real SOB. He can manipulate you. He can work your feelings. But in our emotions, we need to fill our cups and become the sovereign king. You will birth yourself in sovereignty. That is why the king is the king. The king is sovereign. Anything under being sovereign unto yourself is codependency. As I said earlier, codependency with a narcissist. I'm saying the same things. But emotions. Fill your cup with the knowledge. Kings represent knowledge, stability, and sovereignty. 3, 4, mind. Oh, I'm on the wrong one totally. 2, 3. 3 was the injury identified. I am sorry. I have both these spreads written in place. I want to call this like it was upside down. The injury is identified that we are not sovereign and our cup is not full. Or we are being ruled over by a tyrannical energy that is feeding on our emotions. The loosh. Injury identified. It's time to be sovereign. Healing offered for justice. Libra, the coming in of the divine feminine, the balance, the sword of truth. Oh, I do have the Queen of Swords in this one. The sword of truth. What is true? What is true deep within you in your integrity? Now is the time to balance yourself, to stand in your own integrity. If you stand in your own integrity, where everything you do feels okay in your solar plexus, you're going to move right along. Otherwise, justice. Do you want to continue to come back here and reincarnate again and again and again? We hold, no, what number was this? 1, 2, 3, 4. The healing offered is us to come into balance. And first we need to come into balance with ourselves, and then we need to come into balance with humanity. And that is not projecting a shadow that I have on a dualistic part of humanity. It is knowing that I am myself. And when I look at you, we are of two sovereigns. We are not of a codependent nature. Future prevention. Future prevention. Aha. I had these cards out of order. I'm going to go through them real quick one more time. The life force of the pulse was the Chariot, finding our way home, Cancer, an irregular heartbeat. 2 were the airways, the Hermit. The airways. Take a breath and bring out the light. See that light he's got? Injury identified was the King of Cups. Our emotions in debauchery. We're not listening to ourselves. We're listening to what we're being told. Everything is within you. Jesus said, as I do, you can too. It's inside you. The healing offered, number 4, was justice. Says it all, doesn't it? Justice. The divine feminine, the balanced humanity, the sword of truth and integrity, not forcing your will on anybody else's will. You are not my mother. I am here to take care of me. By doing that, we take away people's power. We take away people's power unless we are united, and we can't be united if we're not sovereign, because otherwise it's a sick codependent relationship. And now's the time to jump. I want to go to the new earth on 5D as close as I can get. I don't want to stay down here in all this duality meanness. 5, future prevention. My baby. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Take off that false ego. Find out who you are. It's a double-edged sword. You're aware of both. You speak, you study. You speak your truth, you study, you know what you're talking about. The Queen of Swords has seen it all. You don't come before the Queen of Swords without full integrity. Not done. Been there. Played that game. So, the Oracle cards, I think, go real well with what we got. I meant to start them differently. The bottom of the deck we got was the Sun. It's Leo season right now. The Lion. The Lion lays down with the Lamb. They're not pushing, they're not shoving. The Lion lays down with the Lamb. And here you have a couple with the sun, longtime sun shines upon them. It's the happiest card in the deck. The Maiden we got, or the Goddess, was the Butterfly Maiden. Transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. We are manifesting so quickly right now with the energy, quantum energy, magnetic galactic energy, that this law of attraction is that was an idea, but now it's blown out. It's just blown out, because what you think of, you manifest. So give thought to that which you want, not to which you do not want. But come out of this cocoon as a butterfly, maiden, a maiden. You get to start your new life as a maiden. I get to go from a crone to a maiden as I go through transformation. And I think that's just really exciting. The Ganesh card I got was reflection. And there again, we're showing purple and gold, those upper chakras. Reflection. Beautiful. We need to go inside. Study, research, be still, and breathe. This was airway. Maybe it's meditation and prayer. It's at least solitude in nature. To learn our identity and become who we are. Over and master, sovereign over our emotions. I don't have fingernails. I don't have all that stuff I had 3 months ago, okay? With justice, wield the sword of justice. I am a warrioress of light. I am a Merlin. I am here with the dragon to help you cut away those parts of you that you no longer need or that you need to examine. I am the Queen of Swords. I will take, as a master, I will take no more phony baloney off anybody. I am sovereign. I make my own decisions with integrity and compassion and allowance and grace. And the sun will shine because I am a star child, a star seed. And I want to tell you that being 69 years old and finally finding the abundance of these astrologers and some of these political speaking light warriors, that boy am I glad they're here. Because for all of us that have been hanging around here for the last 60, 70 years, it's been a lot of work holding these parts up. So I'm glad. I welcome all the interplanetary activity, coming to raise the light of the world. But the card says, that was me, I am here from the stars to birth a new planet into light. Love and light, much grace. I'm rusty, I'm chaotic, but that's all right. It is what it is, and I allow with grace and ease. Peace, peace to all. Remember, don't forget to breathe. Bye.